Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Baka-Talk.
It's almost tomorrow.
It is almost tomorrow, a holiday tomorrow.
This gives me throwbacks to when I used to host, or when we used to host Look Behind.
I almost said welcome to Look Behind You, and the Coast to Coast theme started playing in my head.
To fill in the inside joke that nobody in the audience would get, it's the Kwai Desu Look Behind You.
Quiet as you.
Anyways, I am Ramen Cat. That's about all you need to know. On my left is a wheeze.
That's
I'm
right.
Wheeze.
On my right is a boom.
I'm Boom.
And on the ceiling is a Pyrolus.
Hi. Where's my stash?
It fell off, bud.
Oh.
I don't think he was talking about that stash.
Well, I don't know what other stash you're talking about. We don't have a budget for this. So how is everyone today?
I'm doing amazing. I took a nap about 3 hours ago. It was great.
I know. I walked into your house because it wasn't locked, and it's just like, hi, and you about freaked.
Well, it was weird because I heard you come in. Okay, I wasn't fully asleep, but I was at that point where my mind was awake, but nothing else was working.
Full disclaimer, when Boom gets startled awake, he has a reaction like a possum goes, ah!
I do not. Maybe I do, but
Arms and legs up in the air, stiff legs, just like,
anyways, I heard you guys pull in. I heard you guys crunching the snow up to the door. Heard the door open, and I just wasn't expecting you to like talk to me.
What else were you expecting? We
I
just
don't
make
know.
ourselves at home, and
Yeah,
We did.
we
I did.
kind of did. I
I
mean,
cuddled with the boom.
yeah. Pyrolus just kind of like ran towards the couch, hit the couch, flipped over the couch, and landed on Boom.
We had a
Yeah.
small Thanksgiving. It was wonderful.
We did have a small Thanksgiving. Boom.
Yes, that was
Tell
nice.
us about how your small Thanksgiving that you hosted.
what? I didn't host anything.
I seem
I
to
was
remember
a
throwing food at
participant.
you.
I was a participant.
You okay? We got some food together for a Thanksgiving meal, and then immediately after Boom wakes up, he doesn't say anything, and he goes and starts cooking food for the meal. It's like, I am machine.
I am a machine. I never sleep.
I just saw there was uncooked food there, so I'm like, I'm gonna cook the food.
We had a box of stuffing. He literally walks over, said nothing, opened the box, read the instructions, and started cooking.
He doesn't even like stuffing.
I don't even like stuffing. I made the stuffing. I made the potatoes. You set food in front of me. It's just like autopilot where I'm just like,
Dang, I'm gonna get all the ingredients for sushi and just set them in front of you and see what happens.
I like making sushi. It's fun to make.
Well, I feel like he's just gonna be like a sushi chef and just autopilot, just done.
It's in my pre-programming on how to make food.
I guess if I ever open a restaurant, I'm just gonna put you in front of the stove. I'm like, up to it.
I like making food. It's just expensive nowadays.
Yeah, it
I
is.
feel that.
Oxygen is expensive. But
That
you know
is
what's
true.
not expensive?
What?
The love and affection of Wheeze, who is silently sitting over there with a look of sheer
Actually,
dread
that's
and disgust.
$25 per hour.
I was waiting for you to say
Savage.
NordVPN. We are sponsored by.
Yeah, usually when people say, you know, it's not expensive, our sponsors for the day.
Yeah.
Raid
I
Shadow
would.
VPN.
But we don't have any sponsors.
We have a
so-
sponsor,
We have a sponsor? Who's that?
Anchor.
Oh. But you know what's not? No, it's too late for that.
This is already halfway through the episode. You know it's not expensive, and then just cut straight to our ad.
I was going to say, I would cut a clip from this where it says, you know, it's not expensive, and then just interlace
Yeah.
that in a random conversation halfway through this episode.
That'd
So
be perfect.
Wheeze, you've been sitting over there with a look of dread and disgust on your face.
Yeah.
How are you tonight?
I'm decent.
Today, whatever time it is, and you're part of this pathetic little rock.
For me, it's 10:59.
I'm decent.
So you all hopefully watched anime this week.
I did.
I did.
Quite a bit, actually.
You watched anime?
Yeah.
Nice. To give me an air high five. Real high five. There we go.
I've had it's one I had to make my week good somehow.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
What'd you watch?
Chainsaw Man.
Nice. Okay. So that's when you caught up on it?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool.
They kind of messed up a few things from the manga.
Very lightly messed
Not
up.
too much, but enough for me to notice. Like the first encounter, like when he goes to get the food, the little girl that got kidnapped by the demon. They don't have that in the anime.
Goes to get the food.
Yeah, and when he first meets Makima, and she's like, "We're gonna bring you go get food because you told me you did the rumbly."
There's a demon?
Yeah, because he gets like all the food. Like he doesn't get just the ramen and the sauce. He gets like the entire menu. And then Dad runs out of the woods like, my daughter been kidnapped by a demon. He's like, okay, I'll go find it. I guess Mom makes him.
Yeah.
She's like, go find it before your noodles get soggy. He's like, okay. And he goes to look for it.
Oh, you mean like
Oh,
right
yeah.
after they find him?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then he
Oh, okay. I do
finds-
remember that now.
Yeah, then he finds
okay.
the demon and they're playing.
Yep.
And he's like, okay, I'll just let you guys I'll guide the demon home. And then the demon ends up having possessed the girl.
Yep.
Just pretends to play. And he's like, fine, I'll go chainsaw. And then he kills him.
Yep. I do remember that.
And
That
the
was a little
girl's like,
messed up.
yay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I was kind of sad in that they didn't add that. I did like how, spoiler warning, they censored the vomit at the music video for episode 6 was a rainbow.
The music video.
Yeah.
They turned into a music video?
Oh, every ending is
Every
a
ending is a music video.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
wait, but they put that scene?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I didn't know
it's
that.
great.
I'm not up to speed on the last episode, so. But
If
I
you
was going to
watch-
ask everybody what their favorite ending was so far.
If you,
I mean, if they put it in the last one, I'm gonna have to say the last
Episode 6.
episode.
Yeah,
They're in episode 7.
if you're watching Chainsaw Man, you have to watch the end credits.
You
every
have.
I
single
think
time,
it
'cause
was
it's a new song
episode
and new visuals.
4 is
I
my
don't-
favorite so far.
What?
My favorite.
What?
My favorite is episode 7, then it's episode 1, then it's episode 7.
I like the opening too much.
The opening's amazing, but you have to
Opening's
watch the
amazing.
endings too. They're really good.
I
Like,
love
the
episode
visually, they're
1's
amazing.
ending. Chainsaw blood.
Yeah, that
It's
song's
great.
great. Vondi's amazing.
Did they do Baby Metal yet?
No.
No,
There is a Baby Metal one coming up.
that's pretty sick.
Yeah. So that was gonna be awesome.
Do you know what? If they're doing a Baby Metal one, I want Rob Zombie to do one.
That would be amazing.
Just because of their association with each other.
That would be great.
Living chainsaw.
Anyways, we talked enough about Chainsaw Man on this podcast.
No, we
lately.
haven't.
Well, no, we haven't.
Wait,
but,
are you saying we're not allowed to talk about chainsaws anymore? Well, I'll tell you about this nice Honda 350 chainsaw.
Fear the chainsaw. Give Denji more power.
That's it. If we can do an entire episode about chainsaws, I want a chainsaw company sponsorship. Honda, Beaver, Raptor, any of them.
We will review the
Husqvarna.
entire Chainsaw Man manga for the fair price of a chainsaw sponsorship and a free chainsaw.
I didn't hear the first part of that. Did he say we read?
I really want to make
I'll
a
read through it
YouTube
with ya.
video now that's like Chainsaw Man manga versus Chainsaw, and then just cut the manga in half with the
No, the
chainsaw.
chainsaw ends up getting cut in half.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Please would do a great power voice
Yeah.
impression.
He would.
I would.
Yeah.
Have you guys been watching
How does-
dubbed or subbed?
Subbed.
Subbed.
I did like
Dub?
I did
Yeah,
like
there's a dub.
I did like
I
the
watched
dub
it
voices
subbed.
actually.
I've been watching subbed.
It's a little bit behind though too. Like if
Yeah.
you're watching dub, you
Every
can cut
dub
up.
is a little
Obviously.
behind.
That's
They're
that's
not
why I
subbed.
haven't been watching the dub, but I actually really like the voices in the dub version.
I might go back and watch the dub then.
I've
I
still-
really like their show, so
so
I like
far
the manga
realized-
too.
I really like Mappa. Mappa's a good animation company.
Yeah, Mappa's
They
great.
are, yeah.
Do you guys see the picture where they turned Pocha into a anime girl?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, they just interlaced that, and it's the cutest thing ever. It's just like a little anime girl, and yeah, it's cute.
Pochita's amazing.
Pochita is amazing.
Need more.
I love
I'm curious now though, because kind of a spoiler thing of I think it's either in episode 6 or 7 where the Infinity Devil is like, well, what's happened to you, Chainsaw? Like how freaking powerful is the Chainsaw pup?
It must be really powerful.
I'm just.
Dude.
I think it's the most.
It's
powerful.
not. It's not too much of a spoiler, but this sums up how powerful he is. Verger.
Burger.
Verger.
So I will.
I'm pretty sure it's like it must be like the most powerful thing.
I'm gonna
because
kind of-
everything is afraid of him. Like
I'm gonna kind of spoil it, kind of not. So every single demon, demons die twice. Well, they die an infinite amount of time, but once they die in hell, then they get sent to our world, and then they die in our world, and they get sent back to hell. So like the weak ones are always bouncing back and forth. The strong ones very rarely bounce. So that's why like we haven't seen like a primordial demon or anything.
Or like the Gun Devil until like periodic times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it probably from the sounds of it basically just destroys itself?
Well, the thing is, the Chainsaw Devil, every demon that has been sent.
Okay,
To
I'm gonna stop you right there. You're spoiling way too much.
Am I?
Yes, this is like a major part of the end of the whole
Okay.
like part one.
All right.
Teaser.
Yeah, no. Not in my anime.
You can tell me after we're done recording.
Yeah.
Spoilers don't bother me.
Cha, 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 cha.
I should know that because I've been trying to watch Blacklist with my girlfriend, who was like, "Well, this person is actually this person." It's like, stop.
That irritates me to no avail.
I normally don't care, but I'm so invested in the show Blacklist.
It's not that
I
one.
can't,
That
like,
one is way
nah.
too sexualized. This is like a little lolly, like cute, like Pochita.
Is it Rebecca
Yes, that
level
one.
where you just simply fear her?
But they actually have full like
Okay,
pictures
that
of
is
her.
adorable.
Yeah.
Why is Pochita an anime girl now?
Why is Twitter not happy with it?
What? Oh, probably because they're like, oh, why are you sexualizing a dog? It's like, it's not a dog. They turned it into an anime girl.
Have you seen the furry
It's not
community?
being sexualized.
It's not even sexualized. Like, there's one scene, so you know where he's holding Pochita, like when they're laying down, he's like holding
Yeah.
him like that. They do that scene. That's like really cute. Yeah, that one. Look how cute that is.
Look how
Okay, that is adorable.
Right? This is great for an audio only podcast. But anyways,
Yeah.
I deleted Twitter.
I did.
That
too.
reminds me of something. I deleted Twitter on my phone.
I did too because I still pay for data, and even with it closed out, it was eating up my data.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one.
Adorable.
Yeah, that one's great.
Pochita as an anime girl is adorable.
Yeah.
But Pochita as a chainsaw pup is still even more adorable.
Oh yeah, it's still adorable, but it's just cool. Like, yeah. Anyways,
You know, we all know what the world really needs of Chainsaw Man:
what?
a Netflix live adaptation.
Yeah.
No!
Okay.
I wouldn't mind a live action adaptation.
Okay,
You
It's not
should
my Netflix.
look up the.
it would be cool if they actually treated it like a horror show. In
the-
that sense of it needs to be gritty like it is as an
But it's
anime.
not a horror.
Well, it's not horror, but in the sense
It's
of
horror. It's technically horror.
Yeah, I mean,
Not in the sense that it works well in live action.
no, but in the sense of
Uh.
like the devils are all pretty unsettling.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Like it's for an
it's
anime.
gonna turn into a giant CGI fest.
No, they okay.
It already is.
If they got somebody that didn't treat it like that, it would be.
If they actually use
awesome.
CGI to its full potential,
Yeah, but who's gonna pay for that?
I don't.
Guillermo del Toro.
Okay,
That's-
the actual music video for Chainsaw Blood
Mhm.
has this epic like fight scene that's like CGI and stuff, and it looks really good. It's like a
Yeah.
live action music video that has
No,
a fight scene that looks better than Netflix like live action animes. It's
I'll-
really cool.
I want Guillermo del Toro to do it because he's the kind of person that he won't do exact to the comic or anything like that, but it would be so stylized like it that you don't care.
They turned Chainsaw Man into FNAF.
That would make FNAF actually scary if this dude with a
Yeah.
freaking chainsaw head like comes after you.
Hey, what are you talking about? Purple guy's the scariest thing in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know. The leech devil in like episode 2 or whatever, 3 or
Episode
was
4.
Pretty disturbing because I didn't
Oh,
think those were leeches.
You thought that was disturbing?
Yeah,
I didn't think those were leeches.
that is a disturbing.
Wait till you
like,
see what
visuals.
else the manga has to offer.
Yeah.
It felt like a berserk.
The
monster.
bomb devil arc
Oh yeah,
was
that was something. That was wild.
heartbreaking.
Yeah, that was wild.
See, I felt more sadness reading the whole manga than like horror or fear.
I feel like
manga.
I
I
feel
don't
like I'm
feel
gonna
sadness.
enjoy the sadness.
A lot
I
of
don't know.
psychological.
You do
damage.
enjoy the sadness
Something-
because it's so well written.
I know, but I feel like I'm not gonna be sad. I feel like it's gonna make me happy.
I want to find out whether it
Just
works.
the
this man
vibe of
has
the
done.
show.
top knot. Just
Stop
top
it!
knot.
Stop it! He's the best devil hunter ever. He promotes so well, and he's a great leader.
I really, really hope Top Nut. It sounds like he dies. I hope he dies from just like lung cancer from smoking. That would be
Whoa.
hilarious.
We do
Because
not endorse
his partner. His partner like gets him to smoke, and he's like, "No, I don't want to smoke." And then she's like, "I really don't want you to die," and him just dying of lung cancer would be hilarious.
It
'cause
turns
then
out
she's
she
like,
did it.
Yeah, it was her fault.
I mean, I feel like that would be
Memories.
pretty par for the course for this series.
Yeah, it
yeah,
would.
Many
I'm not
memories.
gonna spoil it. Anyways, let's move on to something else because I don't know how much people want to listen to us just rant about Chainsaw Man.
We
Yeah.
watched the Lego
We rant
Batman
about
movie.
anime.
We watched the Lego Batman movie well, they watched it. They let me fall asleep.
Me and Ramen Cat tried keeping you awake.
Yeah, I was sitting next to Pyrolis and I'm like slumped down. All of a sudden, he just like slumps over on me.
You were snoring louder than the movie, and eventually we just allowed you to sleep on the couch because that's the only way you'd stop snoring.
I would say it's weird. I only saw him sit with my head elevated.
Yeah.
I'm like laying down. I'm fine.
yeah,
It's
that's
not
why
a-
we let you sleep.
It sounded kind of.
I don't know what it is. It's like my head is elevated slightly different. And I
yeah.
start snoring.
Yeah.
So it goes from to,
Yeah.
or according to any Lego movie, pew 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 pew.
Pew, 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 pew.
The Lego Batman movie's great.
It's a
You
great
know,
movie.
the very first time I watched it, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I did not like it one bit the first time I
Why
watched
not?
it. I actually really enjoyed it this time.
Awesome.
Yay.
That's good.
I love
There's
it.
been quite a few movies that are like that. I watched them the first time and I just don't enjoy them. And I kind of attribute it to the people I'm watching it with.
Okay.
Probably.
Because like for example, Rogue one Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
I hated it when I first watched it because all I heard.
Didn't you watch it in the theaters with us?
Nope.
Huh.
I
Thought you
watched
did.
it at home, but the first time watching it, all I heard from like everyone was watching with was complaining and stuff. And then I watched it by myself and I'm like, this is a beautiful Vietnam War movie.
I know. It's so good.
I remember watching it. Must have been with most of the other group of friends, but me and Weez just ranted about the Darth Vader scene. Not ranted,
Yeah.
but just like fanboyed over
How
it for like
well
over.
done it was
forever.
It
made.
was
It's
amazing.
so awesome. It's like Andor, and Andor's awesome too.
Oh, get the
I will
shotgun.
eventually finish Andor.
It's good.
Shame.
Shame. You haven't even started it.
Yeah, shame. You haven't even finished it.
Guess
Shame
what?
on you.
You
I'll
started
ne-
it and didn't finish.
I'll never watch it because I have zero interest in the Star Wars TV shows.
I have no clue what Andor is.
Andor is the guy in Rogue. Spoilers, by the way. We got, Andor is the guy, the main protagonist guy character that dies in Rogue One. Kissing, what's her name?
He doesn't kiss her. He just hugs her.
Oh yeah, they just hug.
Yeah, I remember that
Because he has all the sex in the Andor show.
Yep.
when I watched it with Weez, I was like, why don't they just get on the? They have enough time. Why are they just staying on?
That's kind of like the
planet?
Prometheus run thing, where it's like, why are you running in the straight line away from the giant falling spaceship? Why don't you run across from it?
Yeah.
Because it's like we were saying with the Wheel of Time thing earlier today. The directors don't know how to just make a thing of where the politicians sit down and talk.
True. Yeah.
That is what Andor is, though. It's just a bunch of people sitting around talking for most.
Maybe
of
that's
it.
why I don't like it.
It's really good though. Like things happen. Things
I
start
don't. I
happening.
watch Star Wars for
Episode
lightsaber battles
Episode
and
3,
disintegration.
things start happening.
But Weez,
Yeah.
we all know you're boring.
Wow.
Hey, he said it the
He's
other
spitting the cold hard
He
facts.
said
I
it
know.
the other day. He's like, I like boring things.
I don't know. I just like how he doesn't like real politics, but like any.
No, I
Star
hate
Wars
politics. Yeah,
He's like,
Star Wars
"I
politics
love-
are
I
amazing."
hate war. I will debate you as to why the clone troopers were supposed to be used for this war
Yeah.
instead of this war, and why it was okay for them to be used against the younglings.
But how do you feel about this
Exactly.
World War II like strategic move that saved the world?
I don't
Meh.
like anything like that. Get
Yeah,
that
that's-
out of my
that's
face. That's
real
stupid.
life. You see, but the Empire brings
Okay,
security
you know
and
what?
peace to the game.
You want non-real life? Look into some of the insane stuff that happened in World War One.
That's
You'll
real
think that's
life.
something pulled straight out of
Oh,
our
Rise of
D&D
the Dead.
game.
I know that some of that stuff feels fake. It's ridiculous.
Hey,
And some of the stuff.
my one Star Wars politics thing is if the Empire, if Palpatine was truly ultra smart,
Yeah.
the first planet he would have blown up with the Death Star was Tatooine. Would have solved every single one of his problems
That's
right then and there.
Probably what they were gonna do next.
You know
Darth
what?
Vader was just like
Would have really
screw the
solved
sand.
them
Being a good leader?
if Palpatine. Because didn't Palpatine know that Luke was a thing?
No.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, he was hidden, I think.
You know what would have helped? If
Hmm.
Palpatine just read the script.
Wait a second. I die here? That's not allowed. First lightning.
Man, if only Anakin was trained under Samuel L. Jackson.
Nah, he's dead.
Yeah, now he is, yeah.
Or wait, no, he's
not-
he's Finn's great grandfather.
Who's
that legit?
also, yeah.
No.
But
No.
there's theories that are like him and Finn are related, or Finn and Lando are related.
I was
and
kind
stuff.
of actually hoping they would have done something obscure like that. Like, Finn, you think you're just a clone trooper, but you're related to a Jedi. So
Well,
here
they
you
aren't
go.
clones.
See, they
Stormtroopers are
couldn't
clones.
do that.
No, they're
The new ones
First
were-
orders are all just conscripted.
Yeah.
They were children that were like indoctrinated or whatever.
Yes.
What I don't like is Finn's like, oh no, I'm watching my fallen comrade. Oh no, why are they dying? I don't want to do this war anymore. Then like 10 seconds later, he's like, I'm gonna kill my old comrade.
Yeah.
Honestly, what I was hoping with is with the first time, like when Finn picked up the lightsaber, I was kind of hoping it would be, it's like, you're not a Jedi, but you're gonna at least try to train like one.
Right.
Yeah, that would have been
That would have
cool.
been cool.
If he went kinda
make
like,
it literally, I'm not gonna let that hold me back.
Yeah,
story.
that
Well,
would have
they
been cool.
they tried doing that with the Darksaber arc in Rebels,
Yeah, they did.
where they tried changing.
And that was actually
training,
cool.
what's her name?
Sabine.
Sabine in the ways of, not in the ways of the Force, but in the ways of the using the lightsaber.
That ending is so dark after Mando.
Oh, yeah.
Because she, like, one of the things of the Darksaber is like winning it in combat.
Yep.
And at the end of it, she gives it up because she
Yep.
figures the other person would be a better leader. So then nobody follows her because she just gave it up.
Yep.
It's pretty epic. It's such a good tie-in.
You know, all I heard in that bean.
Let's see. But yeah, Finn was kind of his character.
Finn was an awful
that just
character.
ended up becoming.
He was
could have
such a
been
good
So
idea.
good.
Yeah.
Well, it's I don't know, it's kind of the wokeness of movies now.
There
It
was
is.
a story, a plot point idea where he like leads a rebellion where he gets the other like stormtroopers to do what he did.
That would have been
awesome.
That would have
amazing.
been
That would've been
amazing.
great.
Honestly, with the newer movies, what could have been good is a split story.
Yeah.
Could have been telling
Yeah.
two stories at once and
Mhm.
just had it be like, this is going on at this point, this is going on at this point, and in the last movie, those two factions meet up
Yeah.
and work together.
That would have been.
What I want to see is Finn going back to the Empire, like as a stormtrooper, and then like like teaching other stormtroopers, like getting them part of his group, and then slowly from the inside,
That
just
would have been. Yeah.
molting the beast from within, just damaging it.
I think the thing that made Finn kind of a weak character was the fact of how quickly he switched sides. There was no turmoil. There was
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
questioning anything. It was just, this ain't right.
They've also been doing the thing where they make every character just like the cocky, like quick-witted, like funny person or whatever. So they just had him go from, oh, he's a stormtrooper to he's like this now. And him and
He should have been a
Poe,
serious character.
him and Poe feel like the same
Yeah.
character. Like they both kind of act the same. They're both just kind of like,
One, I don't know. I always
it's hard to distinguish any of the characters. 'cause they're
Yeah,
so bland.
when they were coming out, it was kind of hard to. The only way I distinguished them was Poe was the one that flew.
Yeah.
He was the sky funny guy that would always be in
Yeah.
the cockpit making the jokes, and then Finn was the one on the ground running and being sweaty and
Yeah.
just making the jokes. And it's just like, but then the last movie, they're all together, not in their own roles anymore. So it's just like,
Yeah.
why are you all together? You're just literally a
Last
bunch of
movie, they
jokers.
just like kind of
It's
argued
always-
the whole time and did nothing. It was like, I don't know.
And then the Emperor is like, I am back. And they're like, no.
And Ray's like, I can stop you with the power of bloodlines.
I was reading a comment section on YouTube where this video compared Palpatine and Rey going against each other, where Palpatine says, I am all the Sith, and Rey says, well, I am all the Jedi, and
Yeah.
pulls out the second lightsaber and defeats Palpatine. And they compared it to Avengers Endgame, where Thanos goes to snap his fingers to finish them all off, and he's like, wait, where's all the stones? And Iron Man is just like
yeah.
that, and Thanos is like, you can't do that. I'm an end of, what does he say? He's basically, what does he say?
Inevitable.
inevitable. And then Iron Man's like, well, I'm Iron Man, and snap.
Yeah.
And they're like, these scenes are completely the same. What's the difference? And everybody in the comment section's like, well, the Marvel one had like 10 years of backup. And literally, the Iron Man movie ends with him saying, I'm Iron Man.
Yeah.
And Star Wars, they just threw that in there.
And the difference is there's actually like a clever strategy going on where he designed this thing and then stole the stuff.
Mhm.
This is just random willpower.
She
like,
pulls out a
bull crap.
second lightsaber, which somehow makes her
Yeah.
strong enough to go up against Palpatine.
Like if you consider like how episode 6 ended, where it was Luke is getting fried, casts his like lightsaber away
Mhm.
and won't like fight back, and then Darth Vader sees it and can't stand it anymore and kills the Emperor. It's like that whole like thing compared to, oh, I'm more powerful than you, I guess. I
Yep.
have 2 lightsabers.
was also
It's so weak.
in Return of the Jedi, there's also a solid 10-second scene over you see Darth Vader staring at Palpatine
Yeah.
and Luke, and you see the lightning reflecting off his helmet and stuff.
Yeah,
and you can,
it's so good.
there's no acting besides where you just hear the breathing of Darth Vader, and you can just kind of imagine the
Yeah, what
torment,
he's
the
thinking.
And
turmoil
that
going
right
through.
there is the thing of it. Movies before didn't do tell and not show. They
Yeah.
let you use your imagination.
Yeah.
They wanted you to use your
Yeah.
imagination because it made the scenes more impactful. That's why older movies seem to be slower paced, because it was meant for you to fill in the gaps.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's you to realize that it's like that scene that lingers on for 20 or 30 seconds of just silence in a scene. It's tension
Yeah.
meant to make you feel uncomfortable, or whatever is going on in the scene.
Yeah.
Nowadays, movies have like they use the same formula for movies as they do for toddler animations of they can't linger too long on a scene
Yep.
because otherwise,
Yeah.
they might get bored for 2 seconds and look at their phone.
And that's actually funny because the scene in Lego Batman
Yeah.
where he
that-
comes
That is
home
so good.
after this epic song and battle, and the computer's just like, oh yeah, your dinner is left in the
Yeah.
You're
the
allowed-
refrigerator.
Thermidor.
And then he clicks the 2-minute thing, and it just shows no music, nothing. It's
just
all
the
quiet,
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable. And then
Yeah.
it zooms to him all by himself in the giant bat cave eating his lunch.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be somewhat comedic. If you're just a child, you're probably gonna laugh at it. But as like an adult watching that, you're like, wow, this man's lonely.
Yeah.
Feel that, man.
It is
Yeah.
a very, in a sense, a very maturely done scene.
Yeah.
Because they did the storytelling right, and they're conveying without telling you, oh, you're
Yeah.
lonely.
Mhm.
It's I'm not lonely, deny it, and then you see
Yeah.
everything going.
It's
Yeah.
showing you that he's lonely. Then when Alfred brings it up, you like are totally bought into what his problem is
Yeah.
because it showed it to
Yeah.
you.
And that's the see, like with the newer Star Wars movies, the problem is they have, for lack of a better word, they have a really bad case of ADHD.
Yeah.
Like even leading up to the final thing, having it be like, oh, there's a Sith army, just felt super rushed. And it
Yeah.
could have been like, hey, there's a Sith army, end of movie. We'll make this the next movie. Instead, they're like, oh, there's a Sith army. Oh, we go and quickly delete them all, or delete the most elite force in the galaxy
With some rebels.
with some rebels.
Yeah, honestly, The Last Jedi should not have existed. And Rise of Skywalker should have been 2 movies.
Yeah.
And instead of doing the whole Luke turns his back on people, they should have had it where at the beginning of what would have been episode 2 of that trilogy, Luke gets handed the lightsaber, and there should have been a different story where he actually goes and trains Rey.
Yeah.
I mean, they could
I
have
mean-
done the whole thing of Luke turning his back because of like what happened with his.
But here's the thing.
But he could have been the thing that fixed.
There
everything.
is
Yeah.
no reason why he should have turned his back on anything, because that's not Luke's
That
character.
is true.
I
Luke,
totally buy it though.
He would.
I mean,
I don't know. Luke does seem
Because
like-
maybe I don't know.
He is very like he was always very like strong in what he would do. But the idea of him like I figured everything out and then like he just screws up anyways. I can see people change and they can get depressed as they're older.
But
so I
they
totally
also-
buy that.
They could have even made kind of a pseudo villain in that, because they could have made it where he was like obsessed of
The
not
problem,
allowing it to happen.
yeah, the problem with
Yeah.
Luke is that after he changes his mind, which is totally fine to make a character go through an arc like that and
Yeah.
go back to how he was before, he doesn't do anything.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like, there
instead
was
he
no
could've made
payoff for
He
it.
could have made a grand finale.
It was he was a slight delay, like the lamest kind of like payoff of like he delayed the First Order for a minute and then they got away. Like that's all he
Yeah.
did.
You know, I would have been
Like-
happy if they kept that storyline. If, say, they split Rise of Skywalker into 2 movies.
Yeah,
And they kept the Luke Skywalker not betraying, but like turning away from everybody. If they kept that in the second movie still, but at the end of it, maybe then
he
he
just
like
comes back.
he comes back.
Yeah,
That would have been amazing. And
It
he
would-
doesn't even have to be the one to face Palpatine.
I know.
Maybe he could train Rey,
Yeah,
and then obviously he'd have to die, because I don't
You-
think.
But
I want
Or-
a death
you,
scene.
you could do that where his death could like lead to fighting Palpatine.
or even it's just like I've been away from everything too long. This isn't my fight anymore. I won't be able to do it. Like I need to trust someone else to do it or
Right.
something. Like there's always ways you can go about it. You didn't have to throw him on an island for the whole movie and do nothing with him.
Luke
Like-
Skywalker was a chosen one. He's supposed to be very powerful with the Force.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Death scene to be him pulling 2 Star Destroyers
Yeah.
to a giant ball and pulling them down onto whatever planet he's on and smacking the entire battalion of stormtroopers, being like,
Legit.
Alright.
That would have
In
been
the
That
awesome.
would've been
Legends, he
amazing.
does that.
Yeah.
The Empire, the remnants of the Empire creates a new world destroying weapon that basically when it touches, it's like a giant AT-AT walker, but it's basically when it enters the Earth or a planet, it starts glassing it. Right?
Okay.
It's a giant thing. It just like it basically makes the entire planet it's on uninhabitable
Mhm.
by just destroying all the ecosystem. He goes up against one of those. He's fighting off this whole legion of Empire remnants. And what he does, he's standing on this mountain. The scene's awesome in the comic. He's standing on this mountain, and one of the AT-ATs that he's fighting, he just like holds out a hand, uses the Force, and disassembles it down to its screws
Yeah, that's
in front of the army and just like blasts it away. And then one of the world destroying things, he just like takes it and just like knocks it into another world destroying vehicle.
and so I
wow.
just take the 2 Star Destroyers, pull them in a giant ball, slam down on the entire battalion, and like, all right, I'm gonna take a nap now. I'll be back when my old man nap's done.
It is funny. I've seen so many comparisons to like Force users and Legends, like Star Killer in the Force Unleashed, where he
you
like
just pull the
pulls
Star Destroyer
he pulls
down.
a
Yeah.
Star Destroyer into the planet, and then there's Rey like struggling to lift rocks.
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like,
I do get why they don't want it to be so outlandish that
It's
you
far
But
enough
why
along.
not?
It
That it's
should
like-
be
The Force is
outlandish.
supposed to
I mean, I
outlandish.
understand why they don't want to do that because it can get to the point where nothing feels like it means anything anymore because you can just use the Force to fix all your
that's the
problems.
point.
But
though. Star
I want
Wars
it to be
is
a point where it feels like the Empire is the one that's crapping themselves.
Yeah.
It's like, oh
But I mean,
no,
like,
I can't believe this just
I'm
happened.
just
We
saying,
need
I
to
understand what they're
hide.
doing because if you look at the other movies, nobody has these like outlandish, nobody's destroying the Death Star with their hand or whatever. Like, I understand why they don't want to go super far, but they don't go far enough either. Like,
That's
none of
the
the
thing.
stuff they do is cool.
Yoda
The
turned
new-
into a green
in
mountain
90%
The
of the
new
movies
movies aren't cool.
Yeah. In 90% of the movies and almost 100% of the extended universe, the Jedi and the Sith were the whole reason the galaxy went around.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason it kept on turning. And it seemed like in the new movies, they tried making it more of like a ground troops game
Yeah.
where the Jedi and the Sith were just bumbling idiots that just swing glowing light
Yeah.
sticks at each other.
And it was like, this is realistic and grounded or whatever. And it's like, no, it's just not cool.
Yeah.
Luke's training involved him being forced to pull his own X-Wing out of a swamp.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Rey just looked at a rock and all of a sudden she was better than Rey.
Yeah.
Not Rey, she's better than Kylo.
Yeah.
Technically, she was better than Rey.
She was-
That was 10 seconds ago,
She
Rey.
she was better than Kylo in the first movie. I think the main problem with the Star Wars sequels was The Force Awakens, though.
Yeah.
Like everyone thinks it's the best movie, and it kind of is, and it set up stuff pretty well. But the whole idea of just we're gonna bring the Empire back and just reset the galaxy is just
Yeah.
the worst concept ever. Like if you did the same thing, if you took some of the books that explain like how the First Order rise
Yep.
and did something more like that, where you get like politics, you get some kind of mission that the Jedi are going on or something, and then at the end of the movie, this like huge fleet shows up and declares war on the galaxy.
Yeah.
That would be an amazing like first movie that starts a conflict instead of just we're resetting the galaxy. Here's your new hero from nowhere. Here's like the mentor character that dies. Here's just all the ingredients
Yeah.
from episode.
You know what would have
4.
been good too is they could have had it just the way it was, where it was Republic and the First Order fighting, and then have the Sith Army just blip in like, "Hello, we're gonna
Yeah.
take over everything."
You know what I want to see? The Ewoks. Ewoks are a menace to society already. I want to see them build giant
they're
Star Destroyers
taking
out of
over.
wood and trees and proceed to fly them into space and obliterate planet after planet and
That
then be
sounds
the new
amazing.
menace.
I want to see that scene with the Galactic Senate where one ambassador that's like the sector where Yavin 4 is.
Mhm.
That in the politician for that sector just goes up to the Senate and is just like, we have a galactic level threat. The Ewoks have become spacefaring.
And everyone starts laughing at them, and then the Ewoks show up to
and
the
then,
meeting.
and then an Imperial Guard comes up to the Senate. The current Senate is just like, sir, there's a fleet above Coruscant.
They got a
And it's
taste.
just a wooden ship. And they're like, oh my God.
They're like, Wicket, why would you do this? And he's like, we got a taste for blood when the stormtroopers came.
Technically, there's a lot of Sith Lord tombs like Exar Kun and stuff on Yavin 4. So
One of the Ewoks just whips out a lightsaber.
Ewok that is possessed by the Force Ghost of Exar Kun
This sounds,
teaches the Ewoks to fly and build Death
And
Stars.
how to use
like-
the Force.
this sounds like freaking Star Wars Visions. Just like a Ewok just walks over, whips out a lightsaber, just.
And I was like, oh God, again.
I don't know. Personally, I think it would have been cool if they would have went with like how Legends had like a outer galactic threat that showed up.
Yeah.
And honestly, that was the only way Legends could go. Because, like,
I mean,
what are they going to do? Just
they-
make another interior galactic threat?
They could
Yeah.
have done that, or I mean, I guess in a sense, because it would be still kind of a hero's adventure type thing. The one weird like psychic space monster thing that Luke fought.
But that was after the galactic threat. That was the next galactic
Oh,
threat.
that was
Yeah.
after all of that?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, because that thing got woke up by that. didn't it?
exactly.
If you look at like.
And then after that, what happened is the children of the chosen ones, of like Luke, Leia, and such, they were the ones that are in charge of the galaxy, and one of them betrayed the others, and it turns back into a story of how war never changes, to quote Fallout, and it just recycles again. He creates a new Sith empire to fight against
Yeah, 'cause
his siblings.
They had to have a Sith Empire to
Yeah.
help fight.
And then his sister, Jaina, I'm talking about Jason. Jason becomes a Sith because he gets brainwashed by the Yensin Vong, which is the external threat. And then Jaina has to come and fight him. And it's a giant whole book fight of those two debating and fighting on this Death Star as it's like a giant galactic scale fight.
Didn't Luke Skywalker for a bit go to the Sith to try and weed him out? Like he tortured.
So that was in Dark Empire, and that's a comic book series / novel series where Palpatine technically never died. What happened is he learned the Force power of, or the dark side magic of, essence transfer. So what he did is he had a backup clones that he transferred his essence to.
Mhm. So kind of in a sense what they did with the last of the new.
Yes, but it
movies.
made
Yeah, it is
more
the same
sense in
thing they
this
did.
aspect because when he died, because Jedi can become Force ghosts, right?
Yeah.
Well, the
yeah.
Sith learned how to create and basically control their Force ghosts where they could possess somebody.
Yeah.
That's what he did. But the body, of course, clones weren't good enough for him to hold all of his power. They disintegrate very easily. So he basically, in order to protect Leia's kids, I believe Luke became the apprentice of Palpatine
Okay.
for a while and then betrays Palpatine. And then there's Luke, which is the clone of Luke. It's wild.
Luke.
Luke. It's
At
literally
least they-
Luuke.
At least they tried things though.
They tried things in a way that, even though there's retcons and stuff, it made sense.
Yeah.
From 10,000 years before episode 1 to 1,000 years after Battle of Yavin, everything made sense to
Yeah. The problem with, like, if you look at the original trilogy and the prequels, they feel very different. They have their own identity, and you see the sequels and they just don't feel like anything.
Exactly.
They just kind of feel like kind of clones of the original trilogy. Like, they're not trying anything new. There's no new threats. It's
Mhm.
just the Emperor again. It's just the Empire again,
Yeah.
renamed. Like, it's just kind of bland.
So I've been hearing rumors of a lightsaber cannon
lightsaber cannon
or a lightsaber rifle. It's one of the two. So this does exist.
there is variations of a lightsaber that is also a blaster or cannon. Technically, also there was weapons that use the crystals from lightsabers as like energy focusers.
The Death
Yeah.
Star.
The Death
The Death Star was a giant one, but there's also other ones that were
I
much
heard
more
there's
powerful.
handhelds that like blew up tanks.
Those were different. Those were force imbued weapons.
Can we arm them? Can we arm the Ewoks with them?
Dang, now I want a giant space station that just looks like a lightsaber hilt, and it just like
It just ignites. It goes through
and then
the planet.
points towards the planet and just obliterates
Just
it.
cuts it in half, causes it to
Yeah, no,
blow
the
up.
beam is so thick it just goes through the entire planet, just disintegrates it.
So
just-
you want that twins episode from Visions
Yes.
where the two they have
Where
that
he cuts in
experiment
half
yeah.
a Star Destroyer at light speed on top of his X-wing.
Not light speed, hyperspace.
Yeah, hyperspace.
where technically you should be disintegrating.
Yeah,
If you're
and then he's just
outside.
chilling on a planet,
Just
like,
chilling.
man, I should go find my sister or something. She's totally not dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it that time for the ad space for chainsaws?
Yes.
All right.
Nope.
1, 2, 3.
Ad
Ad
time. And we're back.
Hello.
That was some premium ear torture right there.
They've been practicing for
was
5
beautiful.
hours now.
It was beautiful. We did it. I think we can
So,
use this one.
happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
It's Thanksgiving
Happy
now.
Thanksgiving.
Even though you won't listen to this episode until a week from now.
Well, happy post thanks.
Pyrola, stop playing with the table.
I'll play with myself if I want to play with myself.
You know what? I don't even remember what I was gonna say after that comment. Yeah.
Exactly.
I hope
My
all
American right.
all of your thankfulness or thankgivingness went well.
Be thankful an asteroid that infested with flesh-eating space amoebas hasn't crashed into your planet yet.
And if it
Yes.
does, just remember that Kauai self-defense force can bring it down.
Thankfulness is an attribute the internet does not have.
Yeah, I know.
True.
They were given anime girl Pochita, and Twitter's like, no.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Anime girl Pachita is best girl.
She's
Just putting
She's
out there.
adorable.
so I started watching season 3 of Mob Psycho finally.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's so good. I watched 2 episodes. It's better than Chainsaw Man.
Not nice.
And the ending, they did the glass, what did they call it? Paint on glass animation for the ending again.
Oh,
glass?
sweet.
No, it's paint on glass. Like they put an oil-based paint on the glass and then they like move it and then they like do like a picture for each one and that's how they animate it.
Yeah.
Called Adobe After Effects.
No,
No, it's
this
actual
is
paint on
legit.
glass.
But I bet it's the same
It's-
visual after every episode and the same song. Loser.
Yeah, probably. But it looks amazing. It's so cool.
So
But
I,
does it
I feel
have...
like we talked about this last week, just me and you. Is season 3 as good as season 1 and 2?
I just started season 3 and it is, I think, better than season 2.
Really?
He's gonna cry because
Um,
of season 3. I bet you.
Season
Yeah.
1, I think, is perfect. Season 2 is not quite as perfect, but it's still really good. And
Okay.
season 3 is starting out like season 1. So
Nice.
I have high hopes. It's
It
amazing.
doesn't show up over audio.
What were you doing?
I wanted to see if his scruff sounded like sandpaper.
What?
If I rubbed it on the mic, it probably
Ah.
No.
I don't have a headset. It's glorious.
would.
Why?
I don't know.
Because
Did
it's
he-
never expected a
He
wheeze.
told me to.
It's always expected to wheeze.
It literally is always
I don't know. What kind of chaos unfolded without me and Pyrolus here?
I felt
nothing. We had a really productive
We
and
did.
entertaining conversation, actually.
it was the
I
best
feel like
episode
they
ever.
talk
It got
about
100
stock
million
markets.
views.
Probably stock market.
500 million views.
500 million views.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, it was something with ePay.
We talked about Andrew Tate the whole time.
Yeah.
I knew it.
I converted. Boom. Let's go. He joined the pyramid scheme.
I am on top of the
Oh,
pyramid now.
dude, Andrew Tate is boxing Logan Paul, and it's the funniest
What?
thing I've ever seen.
Actually, he's currently flying to California to walk to Twitter headquarters and thank Elon Musk personally.
What?
Yes.
Why?
He was in transit yesterday.
Why do you think he
Did he
lost?
get
I'm
reinstated on Twitter? So he doesn't
Yes.
even have a Twitter, does he?
He does now.
Why do
Oh,
I feel
gosh.
like Twitter is just literally going to reset and just go the same course that it's already taken?
It's like an Evangelion movie, which
Yeah.
is why I like watching it so much.
It's just instead of a giant lady's face half submerged in a lake of blood, it's just Elon Musk submerged halfway into a thing of like Twitter.
Oh, Elon
Symbols.
Musk made an amazing tweet because most of his tweets are like whatever now. They're just talking about Twitter, and it's like, oh, we have a lot of
We fired like 97% of staff, and Twitter is still functioning.
we have he posted keep complaining on Twitter, and this posted this meme that says I don't always complain about Twitter, but when I do, it's a tweet.
Yeah.
And it's like everyone who's complaining about Twitter is on Twitter complaining about
Yep.
Twitter. It's like it's so dumb.
Yeah, I deleted it.
Yeah. It's either gonna die or improve, and
I-
either way, it's
I didn't delete it in the fact that because Elon took over and things were going weird. I deleted it because in my circle of things,
Mhm.
all I was seeing was this weird new trend that all the artists were doing, which is called the strip game. They would take a character, draw it, and it's like, give me 1,500 likes, and I'll take a piece of clothing off this
Oh,
character.
God.
Oh,
that-
yeah.
That is actually brilliant. How have they not done that before?
Oh,
They
they
have.
learned real quick to do it.
It's pretty common in art
But
circle.
now
Is
it's
it?
all over in like, okay, I looked at one tweet of it because I'm just like, what the heck is this? And that's all I
Yeah,
see.
and then it just infests your thing.
That's yeah.
The worst part was is I was scrolling on the main Baka-Talk Twitter thing of it. I looked at one. Now it's all I see. It's either that or it's legit half naked girls because all of a sudden Twitter's just like, oh, you want the horny side of Twitter, don't you?
I think once, because I got not kind of change off subject. I think I'm gonna start posting more on Twitter, but more of like my gun stuff.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh,
'Cause
I
I
thought you
wanna-
were gonna start posting horny stuff.
No, unless if you're a gun nut, then yes.
You're just like
But I
It's just
wanna-
gonna be Pyros and like a V-string man thong with a gun.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna move my stuff from my current workshop to my Ma's house in her
Okay.
basement.
Do you even want to go through all that trouble?
I think right now it's less trouble than what I'm currently dealing with.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that, and then I think I'm gonna start taking videos of what I'm doing.
Oh, cool.
That'd be cool.
And it's gonna start midway because I kind of have the receiver already
See,
formed and
at
drilled
least
out.
doing
but-
that,
yeah.
you might be able to find some people that can give you pointers and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
cool. Sweet. Sounds
So-
like fun.
First, I gotta wait for the barrel I have to get sent back so I can get the oversized barrel.
Gotcha.
Luckily, I trust AK Builder. If you want to build an AK Builder is where you want to get most of your like building tools from. I will
Cool.
point you in the direction. Just tweet at me.
It's just a bunch of birds and responses. Tweet.
Hey, if in about 4 weeks I'm going to be in boot camp, you might have to actually send a pigeon towards me.
pigeon, yeah. Pigeon just shows
You might have to
up.
actually send a tweet towards me.
An actual pigeon just spray painted blue.
Private, what the same hell is this?
It's a tweet, sir.
I gotta respond back. He's asking me a gun question.
But yeah, with Twitter, I kind of ran into the same thing. It's like you get one thing and it would just loop
Yeah.
and loop with the same thing.
Yeah,
Like
I don't.
it's so bad that like the normal people I talk to, like Anime Shoshin and there's another one. I can't remember their usernames, but there's like a small group of people I'd talk to and see their posts and stuff. I don't even see them anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have my Twitter on the recommended thing. I just have it on. It gives me the people I follow, and that's it.
Maybe that's what happened.
Yeah,
I bet it switched over when I logged out one time. Or
Oh,
something.
probably. Yeah.
I don't know.
Ah, that makes
I
sense.
have the problem of I'm like, I'm not going to do politics this week. And then Twitter's like, hey,
Oh, my
hey,
goodness.
look at this world crisis you need to be
Twitter-
ripping your hair out for.
If
That
there's
was another
one
thing I was talking
social
about.
media that's bad for politics, it's Twitter, where you can only have very short, like, you can't get over the whole complex thing of the political issue in a tweet. It's very short, concise tweets.
I
like,
like
it's the
Reddit where I
worst
can just be
possible.
like, I don't want to see politics. Report.
And everyone does politics on Twitter more than anywhere else.
Yeah.
And
And a
it's
lot
so
of them are so
stupid.
bad about it because they just
Yeah.
they hear one little thing about it and they think they know everything and they make an assumption.
Yeah, and then they hate you for saying something that doesn't even have to do with it. You're just like, oh, I think this is kind of cool, and then people are like, oh, so I guess you're like this.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
And seeing that we're totally off the rails, another thing I did, on top of getting rid of Twitter on my phone and stuff,
Get rid of
Is-
YouTube.
I got rid of YouTube
Nice.
Dang.
and I also got rid of Reddit
Whoa.
because Reddit turned into just complaining about Twitter.
Okay, well, at least with Reddit, I can argue at least, you can follow different pages.
When I see people,
But all the main pages I was following for other things, it's all they do now.
When I
I'm
Really?
starting- Yeah.
I've seen like one or two things where somebody's just like, yeah, so this happened with Twitter.
Well, also all the anime things okay. So you guys know of the internet challenge called the NNN challenge.
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
Uh,
not November.
Apparently, when that's going on, everybody on Reddit's just like, I'm gonna post every single naked anime girl I have
oh
in my
yeah, they
folder.
do that a lot too.
So that's all
This
that
is why I
was.
don't follow anime stuff.
See, Reddit's starting to get me irritated, like mildly so, because whenever I do anything, Reddit starts trying to get me in that topic.
Yeah.
For example, when I started rebuilding my Super XT, it's like, hey, here's some street racing stuff. I'm like, I'm not. What?
Yeah, it's just like every other social media now where it's like when you start searching things.
No, I didn't even, like 2 days ago, I started playing Fallout 4. I didn't even search anything related to Fallout 4.
Yeah,
Now it's like
exactly.
Fallout 4 stuff. I'm like,
See, I must
It's not-
have mine vetted pretty good because mine's literally comics that people post, some art stuff,
no.
Elden Ring, some Doom
I'm
stuff,
not scrolling through it. It's giving me
and
notifications.
space
Yeah.
stuff.
Like, check out this Fallout 4 stuff. It's like, I haven't gotten on Reddit in like at least a month.
Yeah.
I only get on it when I Google something and the answers are on Reddit.
Yeah.
One reason I've installed. And it's like, oh, you Fallout 4, you should check this out. Notification. I'm
You
like,
know,
I just started playing it yesterday. Leave me alone. Please
Most-
Stop spying on me.
most reliable place to get your info and meet up with people and everything else.
Tinder.
Craigslist.
I was just gonna say that.
Craigslist.
So dependable.
I wonder what Jim has for this ad. Oh, Russia just invaded Ukraine? Well, that ain't old news at all.
Hey, any website is reliable as long as you have an AK on your back when you go to meet up with a person. Just saying.
Especially Tinder.
Especially Tinder. You need an AK and a friend. That way, if someone tries to rob you, you're like, hey, there's 2 of us and 5 of you. We both got AKs. You got Glocks. Let's see who
Like
wins.
what was on her bio? Shy girl, and you show up with like 2 bodyguards and just chuck full of guns. Like,
Turns
hi,
out
nice
I
to
am-
meet you.
Turns out I am shy too.
Oh, you're an actual. Hold on, I gotta get these guys. You're an actual girl. I was expecting a man trying
Yeah.
to get out of here. Go. It's fine. I'm so sorry about this. Can we start over?
Just backs away slowly. Ding. Thumbs up.
All right.
So,
I don't know how we even got on that.
because we went to ad time and hopefully some chainsaw company picked us up and gave us an ad just to pity us. And now we're just on
Dude.
Twitter stuff. So maybe like Linus Tech Tips will give us a sponsor.
If Still could give us a sponsor for their chainsaws,
Still, that'd be great.
that would
Yeah.
be great.
Oh, so it is almost end of podcast. I do want to go over something. Since I am so great at planning things, this should have been on last week's. Well, actually, it wouldn't matter last week because there's only 2 of us.
Yeah.
yes.
But anyways, so the episode that you guys would have listened to last week of the episodes you're listening to now is the one that's technically on Thanksgiving, right? Because we're recording this the day before Thanksgiving.
We're
Yeah.
recording this on Thanksgiving. man.
Technically,
Yeah.
yes, now. But anyways, I released an episode on the day today that we're recording. So
Yeah.
they're listening to this a week later.
Mhm.
Doctor Who
Weird.
Jungle done now. Why don't we all go over one thing that we're all thankful for this year?
Who's gonna start?
Thermonuclear. No.
I'm thankful for Mob Psycho season 3 because it's epic.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Sanity?
All right.
All of you guys, firearms, and the beauty that is the tanks.
Nice. You know what? I'm actually thankful for a decent season of anime this year because last year seemed to be pretty crap.
I mean, we were just pulling out of the apocalypse. So.
Fair enough. But yeah, this year was great.
Chainsaw.
No. Even during the apocalypse, ReZero still set out some fire content.
Well, there was like one or two good animes, but it seemed like 90% of it was bad.
Yeah.
But like this year, it's like there was a solid like 2 or 3 anime each season.
Chainsaw
Yeah.
Man is one of the best animes I've seen come out in a bit.
Yeah,
Like, I was not expecting it to be as good as it was.
yeah, for sure. Especially reading the ending of the manga. I'm so excited for the ending of the
Yeah,
I
me too.
didn't even want to watch it. And you guys were like, you should watch it. I'm like, no. And then I watched it. And now I'm like, this is great.
Your evolution of the show is funny too because a couple weeks ago you can listen to the podcast because you say it's like, yeah, I'm not too impressed with Chainsaw Man. Everything just seems so over.
I
the top
told you
and
he'd
stuff.
like it at episode 4, I think it was.
And then we're all like, nah, man, you're just overreacting. And now you're just like, this is amazing.
It is amazing. Most of the characters are still jerks, but it's amazing.
That's the
They're
point,
supposed to be
though.
jerks.
They're
They're
so
people.
realistic.
They're supposed to be people.
Yeah.
I love Power. She's
I
like,
don't want
Power's
people. I
pretty great.
want stiff, stale characters that
Dingy.
fit the Twitter status quo.
I can make this joke. Dingy, I need you to die for my Nobel Prize now.
I love how you're crying. Cry more. Yes.
Yeah, that moment was amazing.
Dude, it's great. I was just laughing.
Those little
but it's like-
moments are the best part of the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
It's like, oh, cool. He just like brutally murdered that demon, and then Power's just like, you're crying, and it makes me happy. It's like, this is great.
He made me.
Powers.
He ordered me to kill that demon.
Power still annoys me, but she exists.
She grows. on me.
Power goes from like arrogant to amazing in
I
like a
like
span of like 30 chapters.
I will like Power better if Wheeze voices Power in a reading of the manga.
Oh my goodness.
Do your best Power voice.
I don't know. Power has like a kind of a squeaky, like, I don't want my Nyako to be hurt in the rain or whatever. I don't
Good enough.
Shinedane-nyako.
Or she kind of has that like creepy, like I'm gonna win the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't do Power.
Yeah, no, she's always like this. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've thought of a way to rule the world.
Oh,
It's like, is that normal? Yeah, that's pretty normal.
Power's been asking, what do you mean by weird? Well, just follow me for a
Or
moment.
like they're sitting around eating and they're like, wow, it's like my fiend is like insane. It's cool you have such a well behaved one. And they're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it's all mine. You can't have any of
what?
it.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, if the government was paying for my food and stuff, I'd be the same way. Like, it's all my chicken.
So you know the Fiend Wrangler in the later Santa Claus art.
Yeah.
You know the Fiend Wrangler.
Yeah.
I'm
Chinese
kind of
person.
interested how the anime is gonna like
I am too.
because there's a cover of a chapter where there's just 7 or so naked women and they're
Yep.
kind of having an orgy.
Lesbian
That
orgy.
thing that everyone
Oh.
was like, how are they gonna fit that into the anime?
Dude, I'm excited. I'm ecstatic.
I mean, the
Weird
characters
censorship,
are
probably.
probably. I mean, they already had that problem with Spy X Family where China started censoring all the anime blood as white.
You know what I think is great?
Oh,
That's
geez.
so awful.
The lady is
I've
Chinese.
seen that.
Oh, she is
Yeah,
Chinese.
she's Chinese.
Oh.
So it's great.
See, the thing is, though, is that actually in it, or is that just like a centerfold thing?
No, it's in it.
Is it?
90% of these characters on their story, they're naked in bed.
Yeah.
Dojin Go.
We
So
don't
it's gonna
need
be
those.
interesting. That whole arc is messed up because
Dude, it is.
I feel like
Santa
they're-
Claus himself, there's a scene where he's like getting they want him to do something and he's like, my My one requirement is I need 4 children.
5 children.
5
You know,
children.
Not
4
not
for
that-
business, 1 for pleasure.
Not that you guys would probably get this because most of you too younger didn't watch it, but you said the Santa Claus arc, and with the way Chainsaw Man is, I am picturing the Invader Zim Christmas
I've
special.
seen Invader Zim.
Okay, do you remember that one where it's
Yeah.
like
You're too
this
young.
mecha Santa goes into space, and then they're like, and that, kids, is why we live in this dome protected city every Christmas as this like eldritch abomination of a Santa with these giant like spiked candy cane spider legs comes down and just starts beating on the city's defense dome.
Dude,
Jesus Christ.
Invader Zim is amazing. I love it.
What the frick?
Have you ever seen Invader Zim?
I've seen a couple episodes. I need to
Oh,
watch
I
it.
need to watch it.
Have you seen the redone?
No,
yet?
I have not.
I've heard it's
seen-
amazing.
They
I wanna see
redid
so
it?
bad. Yeah.
No,
Oh.
they didn't redo it.
They didn't
did
redo it. They're like, it's a new.
They
Oh.
did Enter the Florpus.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Was it like a movie or like a miniseries?
It has
It's-
a movie.
It
Oh.
has a movie, but I think it's also a series, isn't it?
No,
It's just a movie?
Florpus is just a movie.
Okay.
Just to finish it up because it ended literally right before they were going to finish it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, for Chainsaw Man, I don't think they're gonna show any nudity because they haven't yet, and there was all like the naked power scenes.
Well, here's the
Well,
thing. In the manga itself, they don't really show
Yeah,
Oh,
nudity.
do they
don't
not?
show
Okay.
It's
nudity,
just
really.
the content of, because they're pretty blatant of what's happening.
Because like even
Yeah.
Power is running around naked, but like they don't show.
They don't
the
show
nipple
any
thing.
details.
They
yet.
do
So
the
they'll
same
probably
thing in the
do same
manga.
thing.
So
Yeah.
yeah, the manga is
they're just gonna,
pretty tame.
they're just gonna.
I mean,
follow
it's
it.
not tame, but it looks tame.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tame in that
I'm just
way.
interested in how they're gonna take the subject, because it's like they've been talking about something. They have like the Power and Dingy scene where he gets his reward and stuff for touching the boobs.
Yeah.
Like, but like this scene just, I'm interested what they're gonna do with the later parts, because the later parts just kind of go off the walls
Yeah.
Yeah.
with stuff.
Like
So-
Berserk.
Well, yeah, but it's Mappa, and Mappa's known for. Well, I mean, they have things like Attack on Titan, where it's pretty bloody and gory.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting because Chainsaw Man's turning out to be such a popular show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're going to have to probably be careful a little bit. With
That's what I'm
wondering.
wondering.
That probably
I
at
hope
that
they
point-
don't be careful. Just go with the manga.
They're
Go with the
probably.
flow.
I don't know. I feel like they'll probably just do what the manga does.
I hope
Yeah.
so.
I mean, they have. I feel like they have so far. Like it doesn't feel like they've censored it or whatever.
As long as they
except for
don't
the-
do some absurd like censoring, like
Yeah.
they did in Harem Labyrinth or whatever. It's like every single time there's any little bit of nudity, it's a little
Dude, they-
pop up in the anime.
they
Like, I can't show this because of nudity. I'm just
censored
like,
a kiss in that one show. It's
Yeah.
like, what's going on?
but yeah, China is censoring all blood white now. So you know
I
that
saw
scene
that.
in Spy X Family
It's
where Yor is just murdering the dude and
Yeah.
Anya's behind her and like,
Yeah.
the blood's everywhere. It's like that just be all white now.
Oh, that scene's
Oh,
amazing.
boy.
Anya's just like, I need to go to work with you, and then just reading her mind as she's like murdering people.
People have already showed instances where it looks really weird. There's a scene in that anime, what's it called? Cry for You or something like that. It's about a girl that starts murdering people.
Mhm.
When You Cry or something like that.
Oh. I know
There's a
what's
scene in it where there's a girl and there's a guy, and it looks like they murdered each other because there's just blood all over the place, blood all over them. China censors it where it's all white. So there's a guy and a girl laying on the floor. There's white stuff all over the place.
I wonder what their reason is even
I
for
don't
censoring
get that.
blood. Like
I don't know.
I don't even think culturally there's anything in there.
Yeah,
to
it
do
doesn't
with
make
that.
any sense.
That's
I
just what
don't-
communist countries like to do.
Yeah.
True.
There's just someone who's like, somehow this will spark a revolt.
Yeah.
Oh, it's red, like us.
I mean, even the way Spy X Family like censored their blood in that one scene where it's all purple, I know it's more stylized. but,
Yeah.
like that even makes more sense. Like white,
Yeah.
it's just like why white? It's weird.
Purple
Just-
inspires free thinking.
It's like they just color it differently, right? Right? It's not like if you take someone getting like their head cut off and you show blood, and then you're
Oh,
like,
well.
oh, let's just change the color of the blood. Like it's not gonna.
How
make
about
the
you
I
same-
just
wish
do
there
like
was
the old
an uncensored
90s
version of
comics and
everything.
just ink it in the rest of the way?
Yeah.
I want an uncensored version of every anime because I read so much manga where it's not censored,
Yeah.
and I love the art style of like Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul has a lot of gory things, or like Darwin's Game.
Yeah.
In Darwin's Game, when people die, they literally like get pixelated off. So
Right.
like blocks and chunks of them, like exact squares, start disappearing.
Yeah.
So you see like squares of their brain just gone. And
Oh.
it's like a direct, like a perfect, or like
Yeah.
the parts of their body, like the organs and stuff, just perfect squares. But in the anime, it's you don't see that. It makes
Right.
me sad because like I wish I had at least an uncensored option.
I feel like part of it is just hard to animate, so I don't want to. Because like the more detailed of violence and stuff, the harder it is to like
That is
do it
true.
So I
But
feel like that's
I don't know if it's
big
like a
part of
still
the reason.
image. I feel like it should be fine though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the things where they censor things are just so weird though, because to me, it seems unnecessary because you can tell it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay,
also,
like taking
too-
the harem in a labyrinth of another world censorship,
Yeah.
where they purposely put pop up.
That show just doesn't make any sense because like there's
does.
one reason you're watching this show.
Yes.
Why are you censoring the one reason people are watching this?
'Cause then it wouldn't be as marketable.
Well, the thing is, you can go to unreputable sites and find the uncensored
Yeah,
version.
there is. An
So they
uncensored version of
specifically
that.
animated all these pop-ups. These pop-ups have animations when
I
they
think
pop up.
the reason
It's like an
because
actual ad pop-up.
A lot of times, I think it's because it's on TV.
I
And they get
guess.
like the Japanese TV release instead of like the Blu-ray release version. So then you just get all this like stupid, ridiculous Japanese censorship, which
Yeah.
changes all the time too.
I agree with Pyrolis though. I would like an option, just like I'd like an option.
yeah, an
If
option
there's a
would be the
dub,
best.
then I'd also like a sub.
yeah,
Also,
Well, I mean, if there's a sub,
if
there's
there's sub, yeah,
also, I've been using the Crunchyroll app because I got the free month. I hate it so much.
the app is pretty.
Oh,
Pirating is so
the
much
app
better.
is garbage.
Like I don't have internet where I'm currently staying, so I download them while I'm at work. The issue is, I max out on storage because it doesn't let me download an SD card.
Ah,
nah, that's
It's
stupid.
it's not like an issue because they encrypt the files.
yeah,
Netflix lets you save the SD card; they have no issue with that.
right,
Yeah,
But Crunchyroll doesn't for whatever dumb reason they have.
yeah.
Not only that, but I don't know, like it says dubbed, but when I download it, it's subbed because you got to go into the series
yeah.
thing and then find out.
Oh,
what-
it is the worst.
One of the animes I was downloading defaulted to Spanish, so
Yep.
I spent a day downloading stuff just to open it up and be like,
They need to
What?
have like a
Almost
separate
us?
yeah,
like they need to have seasons and then sub or dub. Like that should be, or whatever languages they should be two separate, but instead they're just like, okay, this is season 1 regular, this is season 1 in English, this is season 1 in French, and that's why it shows like ReZero has like 92 seasons or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's so stupid.
I don't like Crunchyroll.
It's same with
at
Mob
all.
Psycho.
Pirating is so much easier and better. I like it.
Well,
a lot
I will
more.
say it's weird, but Funimation had it better. It was jank because it was so glitch, but
Yeah.
at least in Funimation, they would tell you all the options
Mhm.
on the main part, and then just to switch over to it while you're playing it, you just go to the language selection. Just be like,
Yeah.
I want to start this show in English with subtitles or Japanese with
You mean like
subtitles.
most other basic streaming services.
Exactly. Like in Netflix, when you're watching a Korean show,
Yeah, and you
You
can
can-
hop it over.
you
Yeah.
can hop it over the dub, then decide to hop it up at the sub where it should be, and then just watch it with subtitles.
Mhm.
Crunchyroll's website isn't that bad, but everything else they have, their
The
TV app is
website's
atrocious.
not so bad, but yeah, the TV app, I don't know, the phone app to me is almost unusable.
Yeah, it's
It
not
mildly
great.
upsets me a lot. I can't pause with my earbud.
Yeah.
I can't like I don't know.
I've been-
I once I like got out of the app because I had to do something, so I got out of the app so I could watch later, and it kept on playing.
Yeah, my problem is mine will glitch where it won't let me actually watch an episode.
Yeah,
I will like go. I've had this before. I've actually dropped anime before because it won't let me watch the episode. I'm just like, I want to watch
Yeah.
episode 2 of this. I click it. Nothing will happen. I exit the app. I delete all the information and stuff. I go back in there. I'm like, click it. It won't let me watch it. Like,
yeah.
what the frick?
I've been using the app a little bit to watch a few shows, and like sometimes it just won't buffer very well
Yeah.
either. Like it's not that my internet's not working, because if I pull it up on my computer it'll work. It's just like the app is just janky and doesn't like
Or
Connect
you'll
right.
like be like, okay, I'm done watching Crunchyroll because it won't buffer, and then I go to YouTube and the YouTube video pops up
Yep.
like within seconds.
yeah, and YouTube's just like, here you go.
Yeah, I'm not paying for Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
Saying this now, not paying for Crunchyroll.
It's not a great service.
Figured I'd at least try it out because they gave me the free month. But I'm not.
Hey, I'm just happy you tried it out. Like,
Yeah.
that's cool.
I gave it a shot.
Yeah.
He
It's
tried becoming part of the union, but now he went back to a life of piracy.
I tried being a civil man, but it sucks.
Oh, I have one less story to tell, and I guess we
Alright.
can kind of end it up. But talking
Yeah.
about piracy, so I have I guess it's called a Meta Quest now, which is the VR headset. It used to be an Oculus Quest,
Yeah.
which is the
Nice.
wireless version of a VR headset, right?
So how soon before this turns into Sword Art Online, where he's gonna come in and see you in a coma?
They
on the
actually
floor?
made a headset for that recently.
The creator of Oculus
Yeah.
made a headset that has
kills you.
it has explosive charges attached to
What
the
the
helmet.
heck?
Yeah.
This should not even be entertained.
That when you die, they detonate, and there's shaped charges too, so they just like go into the head.
Yeah. I'm
What
not.
the
Yeah, they're
heck?
trying to make it so I'm not allowed to own a gun.
Yeah,
The
this,
same
but
person.
we're
this
gonna-
guy was just like, I made this as a joke.
Well, he made it more as like a, hey, this is like where technology is going. Like, we better be careful.
Yeah.
I just want my freaking bionic eye.
But anyways, I
I
have
mean,
Beat
it's not technology. You could do that like as soon as VR
Yes,
became a
it's-
thing. It's
Yeah,
so
I
simple.
could just see the guy like with a thing of C4 string
Yeah.
duct taped to his VR headset.
It
It's
was
like,
more of a.
Do
in
we have
his
the technology
words,
to flip a switch and blow something up? Yes. Okay, we add that. So we sell the computer. If you die, it flips the switch and it blows something up.
It was more of his message because he released the thing of it
Yeah.
on the day that Sword Art Online was supposed to come out, the game itself.
Okay,
Yeah.
but here's the thing. The blueprints are there now, so who's to stop someone from bootlegging it?
He doesn't have the blueprints on the internet or anything.
I wish you just made like an actual.
He just has a
version
photo
for
of it.
families.
No, there's just if you go to a certain part of Facebook, it switches to Facebook Black, and then you can go and buy the the death helmet
But anyways,
along with drugs.
to get back to the pirating thing, because I am a pirate in the aspects of a certain way. I have all that. I have the really shut off version of a VR headset, right? Normally you can play VR games on a computer and you can mod them to Kingdom Come, right?
Yeah.
My Meta Quest, I had to bootload it to a developer mode, get a sideloading program, and then also keep Beat Saber at a certain release date, so that way I could have songs.
Mhm.
I unintentionally updated it, and now Meta has it to the point where the mods won't work anymore.
Sounds awful.
You know, you'd think as a developer company, you'd take that as a hint that your customer base would, maybe like to
Here's the
mod.
thing: it's so hard to mod on the Quest for Beat Saber anymore that most of the modders have given up.
See,
Yeah.
That's
So, anyways, to go into the story, I did all this and I'm like, okay, I will just roll it back. But seeing that I updated Beat Saber, my whole headset also updated. And now, even if I have the Beat Saber app rolled back to a version where I can mod, one, the headset is smart enough now where it won't let me load the mods. Two, they have a pop-up telling me it is illegal because I signed the read instructions. What do they call those?
The DLC or whatever.
Yeah, the basically legal thing that you always click.
Yeah.
You just scroll through and click on. It's like you sign this and you say that you won't mod your headset. So if you're modding it because they can tell that you have external files on your headset, they're like, you are breaking the law and we can break your system.
I think it's so dumb.
I'd
Like,
take that as a challenge personally, but
I think it's
Well, my headset costs $700. I don't want to just brick it.
The other thing is if Beat Saber didn't want you to, I know it's mostly meta, but like, why don't they just have more than like 2 DLC packs or something?
They have a
Like-
bunch of DLC packs, but
But
here's the
they're
thing:
so
it's $20 per song
expensive.
pack.
and the
and they-
song pack's like 4 songs.
But they
Yeah.
don't have that much.
They have
a
like
few.
Green Day, they have Skrillex, they have The Weeknd.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to name them on your hand. They should be like so many.
Yes.
Like you should just have a huge list of.
or I don't know, maybe do like a certain little game called Guitar Hero. Used to do,
Yeah.
where it was like, hey, you bought this really expensive thing, download the songs you want.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: there's another game that's called Synth Rider, which is kind of like Beat Saber, but it's a little bit different. It's more meant for like freeform dancing instead of like cutting blocks and stuff.
Yeah.
They actually have it where the game itself has a UI to download
Oh, really?
external songs.
Yeah.
They're like, just
I
do it.
feel like Meta is definitely shooting themselves in the foot.
Oh man, they've
every
lost.
time
This
I
is the
prefer
first time
Their Meta Quest
has lost like this much money.
yeah,
ever.
their meta universe is dying. They're actually forcing employees to like it and be on the platform.
It's so dead. Nobody's using it because it's
Seems like
like
some human rights are being infringed on.
Well, they're paying them. That's what they mean by forcing.
Uh-huh.
what is
Uh.
meta? Oh, it's like bad VR chat. Cool.
Meta is the place to go where you can meet all the Facebook employees that are currently
Yeah.
stuck in the metaverse.
Dude,
Yeah,
they're
it's
just
gonna be
stuck in a sale.
It's gonna be some cyberpunk stuff where they're just like force the net runners to delve into the old internet.
There was something with like a
There's just a god emperor, Zuckerberg
They
sitting
have
on a
formed
throne in
plans.
MetaQuest.
there was this thing
It's like Vikings in there.
there was a news article where it was like
Yeah.
these this crypto coin or whatever that's some like meta in some meta like game or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was like we have like 800 active users per month or something. And it was like what? And this coin was worth like thousands or something. Like it was a really big thing.
Jeez.
And it was like, what is
It's kind
like for one, this is one of the biggest meta experiences, and you have like 600 or something like people using it.
But yeah, you
Like,
can
it's
download
so
VR
bad.
chat,
Yeah.
and there's games inside of there that you can delve down and just like join cults. And
Yeah.
crap and
Yeah, there's legit. I've been down some of those rabbit trails.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we get YouTube ads for you can buy virtual land for real money.
How would you like to shop at Walmart in the meta universe? Walmart has a store in the meta
You know what?
universe.
It might sound bad now, but if we go that far, I am gonna just do full cyberpunk. Throw on my freaking punk jacket, steal a bike, and grab my tech shotgun.
That video
and go.
is so dumb too. It's like, who came up with this idea? And it was like, if you pick up milk to put in your car, and it's like, your fridge told us that you have a full thing of milk.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want that? It's like,
Dystopian future much?
it's
Oh.
not even useful. Like,
Speaking of dystopian future, my final rant and ADHD moment is I watched Nope
Oh,
the other
did you?
week. Yeah.
oh, nice.
There is a Akira throwback to it in it. So one of the characters is riding a motorcycle, and you
Yeah.
guys have probably seen the Akira motorcycle glide.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They do that in the movie.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
and it was
Cool.
amazing. Like it's a cheap throwback, but it's still like if a weeb's watching it, you're just like, they did the thing. It's just cool. Like it was exact. Like most people when they copy it, they do change it a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, this was same camera angle, same everything. They just
Nice.
did the Akira slide. I'm like, that's cool.
That's cool.
So yeah. Nope was a good movie.
I still
I haven't
can't
planned to
watch it,
check
but
it
I've
out.
seen so much of like
it
the
is cool.
reviews
The
on
twist at the end is interesting.
Yeah.
Like you think it's alien stuff, and
Hold on, I haven't seen it yet.
Well,
it's
you're-
good.
You're gonna
Maybe
think
that's
it's
what you
alien
tell me.
stuff. Spoiler.
Turns out it's just Mel Gibson.
I bet you it's just U.S.
The
government.
actors were good. The main guy character, he's the main character in also Get Out.
Oh, was it?
He seemed, I don't know if his character is supposed to be this way, but he seemed like he was like really stiff. Like
I think
acting-wise.
if I remember right, they said with his character he was supposed to seem kind of distant. 'cause
He
of
definitely
everything
seemed that way,
going
and I
on.
couldn't. I don't know. Maybe it's because like I was really tired when I was watching it too, so maybe I just wasn't getting the full
Yeah.
context of his character. But he just felt like he was.
He's supposed to be like that just because of everything that's going on.
That would
with
make
him.
sense, and I was kind of like flopping back and forth between like I don't know if this is supposed to be this way or if he just was like
yeah.
not feeling the role.
I think that's some of the balance of like show don't tell too, where sometimes
Yeah.
you have a character that feels so distant that it's like you're not even showing me what's going on. It's just like he's just standing there or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I don't get it.
Well, if I remember from some of the film analysis that I've watched of it, it's like because him and was it his sister are
yes,
supposed to represent like two polarizing
Yep.
opposites of their family. Like she wants to leave this ranch
yep,
and basically get as much money out of it as she can. Where he's sitting there trying to figure out, it's like, okay, how can I keep my little bit of family together?
yeah,
how can I get this ranch to work? How do I keep this going? How my dad do it?
Yep.
And then on top of that, what the heck is going on? So he's supposed to be kind of distant in the sense of he's like overwhelmed.
Yep.
And
Now that you say that, he actually did really well with the character.
he's supposed to be in a sense kind of a Lovecraftian
yeah, he is.
witness.
It felt like that. Like
because that's a lot of times what they are in stories like that. They're so bombarded with things, they're just overwhelmed.
Yeah. There was one moment where I'm trying not to spoil the movie for anybody because it's really good. I was just watching it, but the main alien entity thing, the thing that they are hiding from in the trailer and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a moment where it's like kind of revealed.
Mm-hmm.
And one part this is where I was kind of wondering like if his character's supposed to be this way or if he was just having a hard time acting it. But like there's a scene where it comes over the hill in the field and he's just staring at it. And at that moment, he's trying to get to the house. But also at the same time, he's in a safe spot because you kind of have to be indoors or else the thing's going to get you. So he's in the same spot, but his friend that they just met and his sister is in the house kind of being attacked. And you can tell where he's just like having this existential crisis where it's like he sees it coming over the hill. He's like, do I got time? Am I going to die? Am I going to die anyways?
Yeah, actually
Like-
looks like he's trying to process.
Yeah,
what
and I
do
was just
do?
like, that's either like really good mental acting where he's like showing it through like his little movements on his face and like his body, but it was a really cool scene. So the whole movie is really good. So
I might have to watch it
Yeah.
over the weekend.
the guy was it
Doing the one
Peele?
movie?
Huh?
Key and Peele.
Keaton Peele? No, I thought it was Jordan.
Jordan
It's-
Peele.
Both of them are doing it.
Both of them did it?
Yeah, usually both of them are doing.
I thought it was just a Jordan Peele
Both
movie.
of them.
Both of them.
I think it was just Jordan Peele.
Pretty sure it's just Jordan
Okay.
Peele.
I think it is.
I thought both of them.
They both do the skits,
Okay.
but it's just Jordan Peele.
just does.
Yeah, like
movies.
he's a really good horror like director.
Yeah.
Like I'm really impressed with his movies.
Because it looks like he's not going for shock factor as much as he's doing atmospheric horror.
Yeah, and it's really interesting because in this movie it's all about spectacle horror.
yeah.
Like the whole thing's just about spectacle and show business and stuff. So it's interesting how he takes that and turns it into an atmospheric horror.
Yeah. Yep.
Like there's a scene where they're trapped in the house, and I'm not going to spoil it, but it's just like you can feel the tension of things as things are going on around them. Just like technically, you know they're safe because they're in the house.
But the fact of what's going on.
Yeah, you're just like, what the heck's going to happen? Is like the house just going to like explode or like?
Right. There was someone I was watching, I think it was Film Comics Explained, and the way they described it is the way that they're doing he did with that was it wasn't so much horror
Yeah.
that he played on. It was actual legitimate terror.
It
Because
was.
terror is I don't know what's around that corner, but there's
Yep.
something around that corner.
Well, mankind has always feared the unknown. That's been a.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the big thing with
Yeah.
Lovecraftian horror
Yeah.
or cosmic horror. But with this, from what I've heard, it did it very, very well. It leaned a little bit on suspense, but it relied on terror.
Yeah. Yep.
I guess he pulled a lot of inspiration from there's old story called The Monkey's Paw.
Oh, I know that story. It's a
And-
Japanese folktale.
Well, it's kind of funny. They actually have a monkey. A part of the story is about
Yeah, there's a monkey in there, and that's kind of a nod towards that. But
My God, the monkey. Okay, there's a monkey scene. I have to spoil this.
the beginning.
There's a beginning scene where one of the characters was a childhood actor on the sitcom,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a monkey as one of the characters. This is one of those shows, kind of like Ed the Horse, where they have an actor animal.
Yeah.
Well, it's a birthday scene with the monkey, and the balloons start popping. The monkey just goes ape, and everybody flees besides for a couple of the actors that are stuck on stage with the monkey. The monkey, it really shows what a wild animal becomes when it just turns into a wild animal. It might be
Yeah.
trained a little bit, but still a wild animal. It eats the face of one of the actors.
Mm-hmm.
It beats the actor to death and eats the face. And then the kid that is having the flashback is under the table, and you're just seeing this monkey covered in blood, and has bits and stuff on its face, and it's just it's looking around, And then all of a sudden it sees the kid under the table, and there's like a cloth, like a thin cloth, so the monkey can see it and just like slowly walks up to it. But the monkey and the kid had this bit in the show where they do an explosive fist bump. They do this. So the monkey, covered in blood, just holds out its hand really slowly to the kid, just like this, waiting for the fist bump. And the kid's just like, what do I do? Like, and just like slowly goes up to it. And then like something happens. I'm not going to spoil that part, but it's just like that moment of terror. Like you could feel the kid's terror. Like, is this monkey going to eat my face too? Like,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Kind of like every time we have to get on set with Wheeze, he always has that look like he wants to eat our faces.
That's why I don't have balloons around.
Oh,
Yeah, Balloon sent me off. I just start killing everyone in the
he's
room.
like Mochi, so I'm pretty sure I'd eat him first.
Please stop like poking the thing that will kill us.
Squeak.
Well, he might kill you guys. I'm just gonna eat him.
Germany to Japan in World War II.
Ooh, Germany, we just did something for you. What's that? We just bombed America.
You what?
You did what?
Hey guys, what happened to my boats?
Oh, that's a great video. If World War II had Discord.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video?
Uh-uh.
Oh, it's great.
It's the only thing from that person that I've appreciated.
Is it from Beluga?
It might be from Beluga.
I feel like that would
No,
be a
it's not.
Beluga skit.
It's kind of like that Beluga type skit, but it's just more like Germany's like beating or like basically trolling people on Discord, like different like Belgium and like different countries and stuff like that. And then Japan pops in the chat and he's just like, ooh, Germany, we did something for you. Just like, what's that? We bombed America. And
Get
then
into
it's just
voice
like
chat now.
get into voice chat. Now they're both in voice chat. And then all of a sudden America just pops on the general chat. It's like, hey guys, where'd all my boats go?
Oof.
Yeah, anyways. My ADHD just ran wild with this episode.
I mean, that's all right. Anyway, it's time to end the episode. Seems that we're a few minutes late now.
Yep.
Uh,
A
Boom
few
just
minutes
showed us
later,
how
I
late
feel
we
like
are.
it's more like we got a 2-hour-long podcast going here.
so I love
So-
you guys. Hopefully you had a great Thanksgiving.
You're
Yeah.
taking over
I
Ronnie
am.
Cat's job.
Yes.
That's okay. I got the chainsaw. Give me that leg.
No. All right. So you can take over now if you want. I was trying to get us back on track.
Yeah, that's about it. That's a wrap. Boom. Spew the info for the people.
Did this bit just get changed to 3 different people?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Actually, you know what? Wheeze, you spew
Well,
all the
hang on a
info.
second.
All right, you can check out Baka-Talk at TalkBaka on Twitter, which Boom will not see. You can also check us out
will.
on askbakatalk@gmail.com, which we will see.
Hang on a
And
second.
send us a message, yeah.
I will respond to Twitter. It's on my computer, it's just not on my
okay.
phone anymore.
Okay, cool. Well, we will see it. But you can also check us out just anywhere. If you search Baka-Talk on Google, we pop up. We're
Yep.
on all the podcasting platforms. You can check out Ramen Cat on Twitter at.
Ramen Cat
13.
You can check out Pyrolist anywhere else so you can find you a Ramen Cat.
Eldritch Quill.
Yeah,
Eldritch
Quill
Quill.
Arts. Not that I've really done much with that, but I really haven't had time to do art. so-
Well, that's a thing too. You can check them out there. You can check out Pyrolist at Pyrolist2 on Twitter
And
and at Pyrolist Plays on YouTube. You can check out Boom at SirBoom9 on Twitter
Yep.
and the Baka-Talk YouTube channel, which is called Baka-Talk Studios.
You got it.
Yeah.
best BTS around.
You can check out me on YouTube. I'm KBW. And you can check out my Twitter, which is KBW Author. And my Instagram is also KBW Author. But the Instagram kind of sucks. It's just whatever. But yeah.
And with that, you should all probably go to bed. It's very late. Go, just land on that pillow and go to sleep.
I don't care if it's 12 o'clock in the morning, you do what he says.
Yes.
Good.
Wait, if it is 12 o'clock in the morning, you need to do that. But if it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon,
Yes, just
still do it.
go to sleep, close your eyes, snuggle up in your blanket, and good night.
Good night.
Ciao meow.
See y'all later.